4:45 p.m. PST. Okay. Well, I think I screwed up the spelling. There's a few spelling errors in there. I was typing fast. But the schedule should be updated with a couple spelling errors. Okay. So anyway, as I was saying, yes, today's my final consecutive streaming day of the week, and it's been a good week. It's definitely been a good week. We had major progress in all of the games that I've been playing, which was the goal. You know, that's exactly what I was going for. This week was push forward and have great progress in every single game that I played, and I had that. You know, in fact, in Yakuza 7, we are... I forgot an I in Rising. That was my spelling error. Okay. In Yakuza 7, we're very much nearing the end of the game. Okay? And obviously that's a good thing. But it's kind of, I will say this is very bittersweet because I've really enjoyed the game a ton. And, you know, to see it go after the lengthy playthrough that we've done will be a little bit disappointing because it's such a fun game. But I don't think I'm going to beat it right away. Like, for example, we're in chapter 14 of 15, so we still got 2 story chapters to get through, plus apparently there's at least 1 optional dungeon. And I want to try to finish up the business mini-games in the game. So, likely, we're talking at least another week of streams. I'd say probably at least 3 more major streams before we wrap up the playthrough. If not longer, we'll see. Okay? But, with Yakuza 7 heading into the end game, that now opens us up to other stuff, which is good because guess what? Right around the corner, we got some new releases this month. In particular, Hitman 3, the biggest new release of January, in my opinion, coming out, and I'm definitely going to be playing that as a new release here on the streams. And I'm excited for that, obviously. I've liked Hitman 1 and 2. I actually felt like they got progressively better over the time that I've played them. You know, big improvements, and now I'm excited, obviously, to see what they do with the third one. Hopefully, we'll have some unique locations and situations, right? That would be nice. Always good to see some unique stuff with the Hitman franchise, what creative stuff they can do with it. So that's coming up on the 20th. All right, so even the next week I beat Yakuza 7. That's perfect. Then Hitman can take over for Yakuza 7 as a main gameplay stream, okay? And of course, Assassin's Creed Valhalla will continue to be a mainstream until I beat the game. You know, playing it today and then probably 3 more times in the next week. So that's going to be at least 12 plus more hours of progress in the game. We'll see how that goes. All right, so good stuff coming up. Immortals Fenyx Rising is surprisingly good in my opinion. Like, let's be honest here. The plot is not amazingly interesting, but has some fun and funny writing to it, which is good. And it definitely is very Breath of the Wild-esque with the amount of puzzles and things in it. And it's quite entertaining in that regard. Like, I really enjoyed the puzzles in particular. I haven't played an open-world roaming, puzzle-centric game like this in a very long time. So I think that game is actually perfect for the late-night streams, okay? I do. I feel like it's perfect for a late-night kind of a deal. So, tonight, Immortals Fenyx Rising. You know, Assassin's Creed right now, hoping for great story progress. And then later tonight will be Immortals Fenyx Rising. Tomorrow I'm off from streaming. Okay? Tomorrow is my day off to do various things, run errands, etc. In fact, tomorrow I know for a fact I have to go to the pet store, get some stuff for Jasper. And relax with my family. And, you know, we'll probably order out some food. Can't go to a restaurant anymore, so probably order out some food and have a good time with that. Don't know what we'll be getting yet. We'll see. We shall see. But then I'll be back on Wednesday with more Yakuza 7 on the main stream. And then the late stream will be more Black Ops Cold War multiplayer. Alright? Now, last night, when I was playing Black Ops Cold War multiplayer, I got some criticism. Alright? I think people are kind of off base here. So allow me to just very quickly address the criticism I got last night. When I played Black Ops Cold War, alright? Basically, people are like, you know, you complain so much about the servers. Why do you keep playing this game? Okay? Alright, fair enough. When I play Black Ops Cold War, what I would say at this point, it's probably about 60 to 70% of the time, the connections are decent, playable. And then about 30% of the time, even though it's very hard to tell just by watching, They're not. The servers are terrible. I'll be shooting enemies a million times, and it won't register. The game will act like I never even hit them, which makes no fucking sense. Or the game will show me blatantly shooting someone a million times. It won't work for some odd reason. I'll die. And then you watch the kill cam, and on the kill cam, it'll be like, oh, you never shot the person. They shot you. And you're like, what? Like, what is that? Right? Like, how can you say that's a competitive game? Right? And so I'm very harsh. I harshly criticize the game. Now, I've told you guys a million times, the reason that I feel I'm still here today and I'm still pertinent is because I can tell you guys my honest feelings and criticisms about these games. I don't have to pull punches, right? I'm not sponsored by anyone. I don't have to kiss Black Ops Cold War's ass and be like, oh, yeah, the new Call of Duty, it's so great. I don't have to do that, okay? So when I'm playing the game, I can honestly be honest with you about my gameplay experiences with it, all right? Many other streamers would not do that. They would just sit there and ignore it or pretend like it didn't happen or tell you the game's great so you'll continue to watch their streams of it. I'm not going to lie to you, all right? That game has bad server performance. The connections are not great all the time, and it's very frustrating for a game that's supposed to be competitive. How is it that one match, I get 40, 50 kills, only like 10 deaths, and then the next match, I can't even get a positive kill-death ratio at all? And it's not that I'm not shooting people, it's that it doesn't register. It's fucking stupid. Okay? So, you might say to yourself, if this is the case, why do I keep playing the game? Alright? I'll tell you why. There's two reasons why I keep playing the game. The first reason is because I enjoy competitive first-person shooters, and there hasn't been a good one, in my opinion, in a while. The last few Call of Duties have been very disappointing. The last Call of Duty that I actually enjoyed playing, like, at length was World War II, and that was, what, 3-4 years ago? Both Modern Warfare and Black Ops 4, I did not like the multiplayer of it all. So I pretty much played it for a little bit, then skipped it, and that was the end of it. This is really the only first-person shooter right now on the market that's really pertinent. You know what I mean? Like, at one point, every year, there was a million first-person shooters coming out. You had Battlefield. You had, remember when they had, oh God, remember Bad Company or whatever it was? That was good. Remember, and then, of course, Halo, you would have. And, you know, plus others too, you know, and Medal of Honor, remember Medal of Honor? So you would have like 3-4 FPS games coming out in a year to compete with Call of Duty. So it was fun because you have the variety of games you could compare them against each other. Now, literally, there's nothing. There's like nothing but Call of Duty, right? So because of that, it's kind of like when there's no competition, basically it means there's not going to be any innovation, and there's no motivation for them to improve the game when there's no one to take up the market share away from them. You see what I'm saying? So, for me, I want to play a first-person shooter. This is the only one, pretty much, that's pertinent right now, that's newer, okay? The other thing is, the reason that I keep playing it is pretty much the same reason that I keep playing Street Fighter every week, alright? I acknowledge that the Street Fighter collection also is not the best online experience. In fact, it has a lot of shortcomings. But, if you look back 10 years ago or more, actually it was back 2009, right? One of the reasons that I got popularity originally on the internet with YouTube was because I played competitive online games, namely Street Fighter 4, although back then also there was first-person shooters as well that I played, okay? And what a lot of people like is to watch me play them and be honest about them, but let's be honest, get salty. People like to see me get salty, right? They want to see me kind of freak out a little bit, get frustrated with a connection that's not so good. That's some genuine rage, and people enjoy that, right? And the difference here is genuine rage is something like that is it's still entertaining for me. Even though last night I played Call of Duty for 3 hours. 3 hours. It was a very long session. And some of it was very frustrating to me. I still had fun overall. And some of those matches where I had really great kill-death ratio and great score streaks and everything. Plus, I switched over in the middle of the game. I switched from the MAC-10 to the AK-74U, which, in my opinion, is a really good gun. It's actually much better than the MAC-10. So I'm enjoying that now. And I'm like, wow, you know, this is good. I like that people keep recommending new guns to me, and I try them out, and I enjoy them. Like, this is fun, right? So that's why I keep playing it, right? If there was no enjoyment for me or you, obviously I would stop. I would drop the game and stop playing it. But just because the game causes me a little bit of rage doesn't mean that I'm not enjoying it and I don't want to keep playing it. You know, Street Fighter 4, are you kidding me? that game caused me a ridiculous amount of rage. You remember how bad the connections were a lot of the time playing Street Fighter 4 online many moons ago? It was a pretty bad experience overall until they finally started improving the netcode with future versions. But the game was fun to play online anyway because there's so many characters, you know, silly situations that would happen. It was a good time, right? So that being said, I hope you guys understand why I keep playing the game. And by the way, Black Ops Cold War is the first time in many years that I've played a Call of Duty game consistently. You know, and that's another thing. Like, I actually enjoy having a first-person shooter regularly in my rotation, and playing it 1 or 2 times a week is a good way to break up my content. It gives me variety when otherwise, like, well, Phil's just playing another narrative-based game with a, you know, with a story progression, and, you know, it's the same thing over and over. Having a first-person shooter in there adds, in my opinion, some very needed variety, okay? And I hope that you guys understand that. That's why I'm enjoying it so much, okay? So, there will be more of that this Wednesday night, and probably tons of rage. Thursday's going to be another Ubisoft exclusive day, where it's going to be, yes, more Assassin's Creed Valhalla and more Immortals Phoenix Rising. Then on Friday, it'll be Yakuza 7 and my weekly Street Fighter throwback stream, alright? Which then means that Saturday it's going to be broken up a little bit, because it's going to be Assassin's Creed and Black Ops Cold War on Saturday. We'll have a little bit more variety for a change, okay? It'll switch it up so it won't be just Ubisoft exclusive days anymore, okay? Alright, so the goal here is in this next week, make as much progress again in Yakuza 7 and Assassin's Creed Valhalla as I can. I know I'm not beating Valhalla this week, but I'll probably get a really good tear into it. And Yakuza 7, likely I'll get at least get near the end of the game. Will I beat it 100%? I don't know. I think it really is going to depend on the optional content. How long will it take me to go through this supposedly optional dungeon coming up? How long will it take me to beat the optional business minigame? By the way, I also want to go back and do the Dragon Kart racing. Like, I want to do all the optional stuff I haven't done yet, you know? So depending on how long that stuff takes will probably determine how long the playthrough will be. Alright. And then, coming up, we've got Hitman 3 as the new game for this month. Alright. Now, also there's potential that this month I will play Maneater, a game that is currently free for PS Plus. It's on the shorter side, supposedly, and also has some bugs, but apparently it's pretty entertaining and something different. So I might throw that into the mix at some point this month if there's time as well. Alright? Also this month, the special retrospective event. Alright? A marathon where we go down memory lane and we review your favorite moments from my 12 plus years as a content creator here on YouTube / on the internet. But I need you guys to keep nominating those moments. It's all about your nominations. That's what makes that event happen. So if you would like to nominate some of your favorite moments from the 12 plus years that I've put content out on the internet, you can type !! retrospective into the stream chat, and that'll open up the link to do so. Or every 20 minutes or so, it actually just automatically populates the link itself into the stream chat, and you can just click on it there and do it that way. Okay? Please continue to nominate those moments. Reason being, if we don't get enough, the event ain't going to be so good, because it's all dependent on what you guys nominate, right? The more nominations we get, the better. I hope some people will go take the time to sit down and go through their favorite moments and post them up so that we can enjoy them together. Now, that event's supposed to be either at the end of this month or early next month. I'm also looking for suggestions for an episode of DSP Tries It for that event. Right now, the only thing we've really kind of talked about a little bit on streams is the possibility of me ordering a meat pizza from somewhere and dipping it in ranch sauce. Now, I know that sounds weird because that's not really a particular product that I would be trying. But that's something different. Someone had actually recommended. They said, did you ever try dipping like pizza in ranch sauce? There's some people like that, and apparently someone really liked it and wanted me to try it in chat, and I was like, huh? You know, I was like, oh, really? And I was like, that sounds gross to me. As an Italian who came from the East Coast of the United States eating East Coast style pizza, that doesn't sound good. But they're like, nah, trust me, it's good. So maybe I would try that. I don't know. Maybe. That's a maybe. It's definitely not a yes. That's a maybe for me. Something, at least it would be something different, but at the same time, I would hopefully like to find something better So please, if you see any ideas of a new product or something you'd like to see me try for DSP Tries It, maybe something international that you'd like to suggest that I could go to like a world market store near me and look see if they have something international I could buy and try on the stream. So such as the mince pies that I tried for Christmas, you know, something like that. Let me know. All right? Let me know. Fair enough? All right. Now also, my friends, if you take a look at the top of the screen, the subscriber goal for the month has been set, okay? We made great progress, and then we lost that progress, which sucks. We were up to almost 850 subs, and then apparently there was a sub bomb last month that expired, and we dipped back down to 820, all right? Now, here's the thing. If we hit the subscriber goal, which is 875 concurrent subs, at any time during January, that means we're going to be doing a special celebratory event. It's going to be the return of Viewer's Choice, where you guys will be able to nominate and vote on a game for me to do a full playthrough of here on the streams. And for the first time in a long time, it will not be an RPG. I'm ruling out RPGs from being eligible because we've had way too many RPGs picked for the Viewer's Choice over the last couple of years, and enough is enough. We want to do something different, some variety here, right? So, a Viewer's Choice that's not an RPG, right? These have become some really awesome events. If you guys aren't aware, Viewer's Choice has allowed me to be exposed to so many different franchises over the years. Things like the Spyro series, the original Crash Bandicoot series, Sonic 2006, oh boy, Super Mario Sunshine, the Yakuza series, the Persona series, Danganronpa. Just to name a few, I mean, there's been probably 2-3 dozen games that I've played as a result of Viewer's Choice. But these have been absolutely great opportunities for me to be exposed to stuff that normally I wouldn't have played, and some of them have ended up becoming staples and franchises that I've played long-term on my content, okay? So that being said, I hope that you guys certainly will consider subscribing to the channel or gifting a sub to someone who doesn't have a sub if you'd like to support the channel and make this Viewer's Choice event happen, all right? I would greatly appreciate that. So please consider, if you subscribe to the channel, you get many benefits. First of all, over 40 emotes. That's right, over 40 emotes available if you subscribe to this channel, okay? In addition, you also will get access to a cool chat crown badge that lets you show how long you've been a supporter. And then you don't have to watch advertisements. Not to say that I take frequent ad breaks. I don't. Some content creators do. I rarely take an ad break, maybe once a stream. And you won't have to watch ads during that break if you are subscribed. Okay? So pretty good benefits. Please consider subbing. Here's the thing. Right before Christmas. So Christmas was the 25th of December. I would say probably around roughly the 20th of December. Maybe the 21st. This channel received a huge sub bomb. All right? It was about 100 subs gifted to the channel. Those are going to expire. And chances are not all 100 people are going to auto-renew their subs. You know what I'm saying? So this channel is going to see a significant dip in subscriptions sooner rather than later. The reason I bring this up is because we basically have 9 days around, basically, to hit this subscriber goal. If we don't hit it in the next 9 days, this subtotal is going to plummet, making it, I would guess, pretty unreasonable to hit, because how are we going to hit 160 plus subs or whatever? You know what I mean? Probably not going to happen. Very, very bad or low chances of that happening. So, if you have not subbed yet and you're thinking of doing so, please do so sooner rather than later. If you were thinking of gifting some subs, now would be the time. Because if we wait too long, chances are this sub goal ain't going to happen. And I would love to do another Viewer's Choice playthrough that's not an RPG. So I certainly hope that you guys will consider subscribing to the channel or gifting subs, okay? Fair enough? All right. Now, the final thing, because a couple people asked me about this in the chat, so I'll address it. When is the next Viewer's Choice starting? Because there already is a Viewer's Choice that we've been waiting for a long time. It's Divinity Original Sin 2. When is it going to start? Well, here's the deal. I need to finish up 2020 games in order to start this playthrough. All right? So, when I finish Yakuza 7 and when I finish Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I'm then going to be working on my year-end series. My best games of the year countdown and my most disappointing games of the year countdown. Then, I will figure out how we're fitting it into the schedule, and it will begin then. All right? I'm doing these insanely long playthroughs that have been holdovers from 2020. I'm not also going to start another RPG at the same time. We need to basically finish up what I'm doing before I can, do that. So, it is coming. Don't worry, it's coming. But we got to finish up the leftovers, all right? Once we finish up the leftovers, then, my friends, we will work on Divinity Original Sin 2, okay? Alrighty then. Outside of all that, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I really want to talk about today. Alright, here's what I'll say. I talked about this yesterday on pre-stream, but just in case many of you weren't here, because a lot of people don't show up particularly for RPG streams, and it was Yakuza 7 yesterday, I just want to make something abundantly clear. Alright? It's always been a rule on my streams that harassment is not allowed. In particular, harassment of viewers is not allowed on my streams and never has been. Okay? And some people, sadly, don't seem to get it. They think that this is just some kind of a place where they can come and do whatever they want. They can make people's lives miserable. They can make fun of people. That's not the case. Alright? It's not allowed. And it's always been the rule. It's just that, if I'm not particularly paying attention all the time, and if I'm lenient, then people seem to think that, oh, it's okay to harass someone or to stalk them online and make fun of them. No, it's not. Alright? So I recently in particular with stream viewer Derek, who's a very nice person. He's always been cordial on the streams, starts up some interesting conversations and topics, adds to the streams in a positive way, has been stalked online by a bunch of scumbags. Alright? Now, I can't stop them from doing that, but what I can do is stop people from doing that shit in my stream chat. I'm not going to have people coming in here making fun of him. Oh, his birthday's coming up, everyone. Let's make fun of him and say we're going to have a birthday bash for him and all that. Fuck you. Oh, let's stalk his Twitter and make fun and say he does stuff on Twitter. Fuck you. And if I see it, you're out of here. I said it yesterday. Say it again. You act like that, you're going to harass someone, you're out of here. I'm not putting up with that shit at all. Okay? I'm just done with it. I'm done with the tolerance for people who want to try to make people's lives miserable and just be scumbags. But we can't make fun of people and joke anymore? No. There's a difference. Joking around and razzing someone who you're a buddy with is one thing. Actively stalking someone online, talking about shit on the stream that has nothing to do with what they're talking about on the stream or their online presence on the stream, that's extreme. Just I don't even know how to how do you explain that? How much of a loser do you have to be to try to do shit like that, right? You gotta be like a grade A fucking loser. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. I'm telling you, it's not allowed. The moment I see that shit, you're out of here. And I've already banned a couple people because of it, because they didn't fucking listen. And I'm tired of it. I'm not putting out online harassment, especially of people who are regulars on the stream who are nothing but nice on the stream. Oh, I know. If we harass Phil's viewers, yeah, that'll really get to him. No, fuck off. You can lick my shit. You're not going to be in here anymore. This is not the kind of stream I run. And this is meant to be a place that's supposed to be a fun, safe spot to hang out, to chill, to disconnect from stress. Not people come on here and then get harassed. So fuck off. And I mean it sincerely. To anyone who thinks that you're here to make someone's life miserable, you're in the wrong place and you're going to get fucked when I see it happen. Alright? So don't even fucking start. Alright. There. I got it out of the way. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am an independent content creator, if you're not aware. That means I am not contracted to stream exclusively anywhere on the internet. I don't get paid to turn on a stream like some other popular streamers. I don't have any sponsorships, alright? I don't have any pairing with anyone to advertise or shill at all. Alright? That means because I don't have anything like that I don't have to pull punches when I do commentary. I can tell you my honest opinions about the games that I'm playing, alright, at all times. And a lot of people like that about me, alright? Like the fact that I'm an honest guy, an honest content creator. I don't kiss a game's ass, alright? And when you're watching my content, you're getting my honest opinion at all times. I don't have to worry about, oh no, I said something that's going to upset a sponsor and I'm going to lose a sponsor, Nothing like that at all. It's quite the opposite. And I feel that in the 12 years I've been a content creator, that's why I'm still pertinent. A lot of people have come and gone, vanished into the ether, because who cares about them after 12 years? They're not pertinent anymore, right? But for me, it's the opposite. I persevere on. People say I am like the rocks against which the water shall crash. You know, how do you stop me? Well, the answer is you don't, because I'm truly unique, and that's why people like me. All right. That being said, though, because I don't have sponsorships, because I don't have a streaming contract to stream exclusively and get paid every time I turn on the stream, all right, that means I'm reliant on you guys, the viewers, to crowdfund and support my efforts to continue doing this. And I make a living via your crowdfunding. And I really appreciate that, because it means that after 12 years of doing this, that you guys still to this day appreciate what I do. You still enjoy the content I put out. You still find me unique enough that you want to contribute to keep it going. And I really do appreciate that. All right. Thank you very much for that. Okay. Thank you for, you know, hanging in there and supporting me over the years through thick and thin. All right. All the stuff that's happened. You guys have been an awesome audience who has, you know, no matter what happened, always kind of came out and made sure that I was still doing all right. And I really do appreciate that support. Now, that being said, I want you to understand that supporting the streams, contributing, is not mandatory at all, nor is it expected. My streams are 100% free. They will always be 100% free. That's the point. All right? I am a gamer first and a businessman second. You have to understand, even though this is my job and yes, this is how I make a living, this is my hobby. I did it for, you know, over 2 years on YouTube without even monetizing a video. I never even intended to make money doing this. I would keep doing it anyway, even if I couldn't. You see, I love it. I love my streams. Seriously, this is the best job I've ever had. Having these fun social interactions with you guys and chilling while we're playing games is such an amazing thing. See, I'm so lucky to be able to do this for a job, and I know that. Okay? So all that being said, thank you in advance for any contributions that you may give during the stream. Let's talk a little bit about how you can contribute. Well, you can either cheer with bits, or you can subscribe to my channel. You can gift a subscription to the channel. We've already talked about those two methods to try to hit the subscriber goal, of course. Or you could tip me, all right? Any of those methods help me. Now, the one that helps me the most in the short term is tipping. In particular, today, tipping would help me the most because tomorrow's my day off when I have to basically drop a lot of money. I have to go grocery shopping. I have to buy pet supplies. I have to order food. There's a lot of stuff I have to spend money on tomorrow. So, by tipping me, those are funds that I can use immediately for those kind of important things, all right? And I appreciate anyone who does go the extra mile and tips me because, you know that you're basically helping out more in the short term. Now, I'm not saying that cheering or subbing don't help. They absolutely do. But that's a more long-term support where, you know, there's a little bit of processing time before I even see any positive impact from those things, while tipping helps me right now, okay? So if you can today, thank you for any contributions in advance. And please consider tipping because that helps more. Now, a couple quick things about being a stream viewer and contributor. First of all, I strongly recommend, if you're going to be a regular stream viewer here or any kind of a contributor, that you try to hide your online identity and disassociate your online identity from your real life persona. Reason being, people tend to be losers. If they think they can get away with harassing someone online, they'll do it. I can anonymously harass someone and make their life miserable? Ha ha ha, I will do it. But wait a minute, you don't know that person in real life, nor do you even see any impact that you'll have by harassing them. Why would you do that? Because they're losers. That's the only explanation. They have no life. This is the only way that they can get any enjoyment out of life, is to think that they're hurting someone. Oh, I actually made a negative impact on someone's life. Wow, you're a really good person, right? Wow. But anyway, seriously, these people will do it just for the sake of doing it. All right? So, my first recommendation is don't use a name here on Twitch that's similar to your real life name or any of your social media accounts, because if someone can put two and two together and tie the two together, chances are they're going to harass you, and it's not going to be a good time. All right? Just being honest here. Now, in addition to that, I strongly recommend you turn off open direct messages here on Twitch. Open direct messages are very routinely used to harass people. Say nasty stuff about the streamer, say nasty stuff about you, send you links, you click on shit, and now you're getting all fucked up on your computer. You don't want to do that, all right? So I've turned off my open DMs on Twitch for many years. I have it so that only people on my friends list can DM me. I strongly recommend you do that to yourself as well to help protect yourself from this kind of online harassment. Fair enough? Okay, now, one other thing, my friends, all right? If you are considering tipping me, And if you're a regular stream attendee who you think, I would like to support Phil, maybe, you know, more longer term, I'm probably going to tip him from time to time. I strongly recommend you create a verified PayPal account if you're going to tip me. Why? Well, first of all, what is a verified PayPal account? That's essentially when you link your personal information to your PayPal, including your name and address, as well as your bank account number. Now, hold on a second. Don't worry. PayPal is not going to dox your personal info. They're a major corporation. If they did that, you could sue them for millions of dollars. They ain't going to do that. They hold your personal information. I don't get to see it if you tip me. That's all held privately. Okay? Don't worry about getting doxxed. It ain't going to happen via PayPal. All right? But the reason I recommend this is because it creates protections both for you and for me during any kind of a PayPal transaction process. When you have a verified account, there's all kinds of things, like they call it buyer protection, seller protection. And it makes it that if someone tries to commit fraud, you're protected from fraud. You're not going to get screwed over on PayPal because you have your information linked and they verified that you really exist. You're not someone trying to commit credit card fraud, etc. And the reason that this is very important for me, all right, is very simple. In the last 4 months, a malicious party bought a ton of stolen credit card numbers off of the internet, and no exaggeration, sent me hundreds upon hundreds of fake tips. Sometimes they would just sneak one in during a stream trying to impersonate a regular stream viewer. Some days they would come in here and literally dump 20, 30 fake tips back to back. And there was nothing I could do about it. I was like, what do I do? All right, now since then, I've implemented some protections to try to stop that. And the truth of the matter is I have stopped some of it. Not all of it, but some of it I've been able to stop. Sadly, there doesn't seem to be any foolproof protection on PayPal to stop this from happening, but I've at least stopped it to the point where the frequency of it happening is way less. All right? Now, you may have noticed over the last month or so as I'm streaming, when I receive a tip, and if it's not from someone who I recognize right away, I usually have to go verify the tip during the stream. I don't like having to do that. That's very frustrating to me to have to do that. But right now, it seems like a necessary evil. Because it's just so you know, if I get fake tips, it hurts me in multiple ways. First of all, it screws my income up because I don't actually know what I'm making, and I could think that I have money that I don't have and gets taken away from me later. In addition, when you get what's called chargebacks on PayPal, which is essentially when you get a payment but then someone takes it back saying it was fraud, that hurts your PayPal account. It hurts your PayPal account status. You get hit with fees. It's a nightmare. I have been hugely negatively affected. There have been some days, all right, where it looked like I made hundreds of dollars in tips, and in reality, I lost money streaming that day because of chargebacks. That's how bad it's been some of these days. Now, I don't publicly talk about it all the time because I don't want you guys to know how bad the situation is. Plus, that gives attention to the malicious activity, all right? So, all that being said, simply making that verified PayPal account stops all of that. And what I'd like is long-term, all of my regulars make verified PayPal accounts. And when they tip, I know it's legit. Now I don't have to fucking sit here and be typing into my PayPal all day to make sure it's something real. You see what I'm saying? And you know, some people have even asked, well, when will pop-up messages to say thank you for tips ever come back? And the answer there, simply put, is I'd like for them to come back. I want them to come back as soon as possible. But because of the malicious activity, I don't know when I could do that yet. I would hope that, yes, I can bring it back. I want to bring that back. But basically, I got to keep working at this. I got to keep tweaking these things, these protections I've put in place to try to make them more foolproof. And maybe, you know, in the long term, yes, I could bring them back. For now, it's a no-go because, like I said, I haven't found a foolproof solution yet. But I'm working on it. All right? We'll see what happens. All right? So let's find out. But anyway, hopefully, you guys, if you are interested in supporting the streams, will create a verified PayPal account. All right? I know I'm just not talking about it for a million years, but you have no idea how much it helps to be able to just say, okay, I can trust this tip. This is great. We can add it to the total. We can move on, and I don't have to question it and sit here and say, hey, someone here, is this an impersonator tip? What's going on? It's very frustrating. All right? So thank you in advance to anyone who is considering contributing in any way during the stream, and thank you to anyone who is considering tipping me and creates that verified account. That is much appreciated. Okay, guys? Fair enough? All right. Guess what? It is now time for us to start Shoutouts. This is the segment where I answer your questions. Basically, you guys contributed, and I'm going to answer your questions, any questions that you posed during that time frame. All right, so let me click over here and let's see what we got to work with today. Looks like we're going to start off with a resub from FFEHU or FFEHU. Don't know how to pronounce that, but they said they used to be Pragmatic Tactics, but they changed their name here on Twitch. They say, I hope you're well and your year starts well. Thank you, Pragmatic Tactics. I would say so far so good. The year's been pretty good for me. I've enjoyed all the gameplay I've been doing. The streams have been solidly entertaining and fun to, both to run and to, I'm sure, to watch, or you guys wouldn't be here, right? So good stuff. Thank you very much for the resub. Golden Colts has cheered. And Golden Colts is the first cheerer of the day. So you know what? I almost never do this, but I'm going to put him up on the leaderboard. How about that? Golden Colts has done a 50-bit cheer. He says, will eating eggs really clog your arteries? We got two cocky egg bros. Actually, the scientifically correct answer for that question is no. Eggs will not clog your arteries. Here's what happened. People were measuring levels of cholesterol and found that if you eat eggs with the egg yolks intact, the egg yolk, that there's high cholesterol in it. But what they originally didn't know is that there's different kinds of cholesterol. There's cholesterol that's considered good cholesterol and bad cholesterol. Bad cholesterol is the one that clogs your arteries. It makes it so your blood can't flow through your veins or your arteries, and you get big problems in your body. So you eat too much of that cholesterol, you're screwed, right? You're going to need bypass surgery and shit. However, eggs are good cholesterol that don't do that. All right, so you can eat eggs, and eggs are actually healthy for you, like super healthy for you. It was actually like bad science that had said that egg cholesterol was bad for you. It's been disproven now. So eat eggs. They're absolutely delicious and good for you. And if you don't eat them, you're weird, because eggs are great. You should eat eggs. I love eggs. I hope you guys love eggs. Phantasy Star PG has cheered and says, have you heard of the Gears 5 Hive Buster DLC? People are basically saying it's like Spider-Man Miles Morales. It's like a standalone DLC that essentially is bridging the gap between Gears 5 and Gears 6. It adds new gameplay mechanics, and I've actually heard online that this actually has much improved graphics from what Gears 5 originally had. I did hear about it. Now, I haven't checked it out. As you know, I did a full playthrough of Gears 5 when it was a new release. I thought it was an entertaining game. It wasn't blown away. I wasn't in love with it. But I thought it was a pretty solid outing. Full of bugs, if you remember. I had some pretty interesting bugs during that playthrough. But for the most part, I felt it was well done. Especially because it had open world segments. You guys remember that? It actually had open world, like, side content exploration segments, which Gears had never had up to that point. So it was actually pretty fun to see them implement that. Now, would I be interested in playing the Hive Busters DLC? No. No, I'm just not interested. Why? I'm not a huge fan of Gears. Not to say that it's not fun to play, but I'm not a huge fan, and when I played Gears 5, I feel I enjoyed it more than my audience. Like, I remember playing Gears 5 and some of the audience complaining constantly that it wasn't super entertaining to watch, and they wished I was playing something else. And quite frankly, I don't have an Xbox Series X, okay? Sorry, a yawn came out of nowhere. Completely overcame my body. If I had an Xbox Series X, okay, and I was looking for, more exclusive games to play on it, then I would probably play this. Honestly, I probably would. I'd probably give it a shot as a way to demo, what exactly the Xbox Series X can do. People are saying that this game runs outstandingly well on the Xbox Series X. Like, it's really an entertaining experience, okay? So if that's the case, if it really is a demo of what the Xbox Series X can do, then yeah, obviously, that would be a great idea of a playthrough to do. But I don't have an Xbox Series X. So I'm not going to play this on Xbox One, where it probably is going to run pretty poorly. You know, I have a launch Xbox One. It's not even like I have an Xbox One X or anything. I have like the lowest end model original console from the launch of, you know, this last generation. The game probably would not be so good on it. So, the answer is no. It's just circumstances right now aren't really lending themselves to wanting me to play the game. I don't have the console that it would run better on, and I'm just not that big of a fan. You guys didn't really like the playthrough when I played Gears 5, so the answer is no. I will not be checking out Gears 5 Hive Busters. Lives for Soul did a 500-bit cheer. And he says, don't forget to slap a tips button like you slap Chun-Li's wondrous thighs. What a nice thing to say. Thank you, Lives for Soul, for the biggest cheer of the day. However, you screwed up. The correct terminology that all the hip kids are using is slap. So, slap or smash. Either slap the button. No, excuse me. I screwed this up. I'm an idiot. Hold on a second. I said completely the opposite of what I meant to say, and now I sound like a buffoon. An old, doddering buffoon, right? I sound like I'm just stumbling around, and, you know, I can't even speak properly. Let me try this again. The correct terminology that all the kids are using today is not slap, it is smash. Smash the tips button. Smash it. As hard as you can, as frequently as you can. Smash, 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 smash. That's the terminology you're supposed to be using here. So, I understand what you were trying to say, but it's obvious that you've used the incorrect lingo. And because of that, Lives for Soul, despite the fact that you are the top cheer of the week so far, you've received 3 demerits. So, now you're going to have to work hard to try to earn those merits back. You've had 3 demerits. Westside Phil has subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Westside Phil, for the subscription. I appreciate that very much. Wait a minute. Westside Phil? Who's that? Westside Phil? That's a new one. I don't remember a Westside Phil. Anyway, let's continue. Lives for Soul has done another 150-bit cheer and says, you're the grand champion. I saw your fight against the Grey Prince. You're the best. Can I follow you around? I won't get in the way. No, you cannot follow me around. That's creepy. Trust me, there's enough fucking weirdos who've done that over the years. And I don't know who the Grey Prince is anyway, so please don't do that. That'd be very disturbing if you actually followed me around. Okay. Continuing on. Lives for Soul cheered again, another 200-bit cheer, and said, oh, great and mighty grand champion, is there something you need? Can I carry your weapon? Shine your boots a back rub, perhaps. This is very disturbing. I don't know what this is a reference to, but it's very disturbing. I think that Lives for Soul may be receiving some more demerits in just a second here. Okay. You're right, I don't get the reference. It sounds like he's referencing something, but I don't know what he's referencing. Who the hell's the Grey Prince? Who's the Grey Prince? Oh, it's an Oblivion reference? That's why I don't understand it. I never got through Oblivion, remember? I never got to get too far into it. That's why I don't understand it. Alright, well, there you go. That would explain it. You can't get the reference if you didn't play the game. Right? You can't win if you don't play. Golden Cold shoot again and said, they changed the way the Sprite tastes. I've had a few Sprites in my day. These new cans are no bueno, dude. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I hate to say it, but these tried and true brands, over the years, they do change their formulas up. Whether it's a soda, whether it's a kind of food. I've found over the years things have changed, and usually not for the better. Admittedly, a lot of these companies, what they do is they try to cut costs, or they try to save money for whatever reason, and then their product quality dips. And that's not good. When you have something that is a product that's synonymous with pop culture like Sprite is, you want to have a consistent experience. You know what I mean? And if you can't get that consistent experience, you don't know what you're going to get every time you have that product. That obviously is a huge negative thing. You want that name brand recognition, and if you can't get consistency in your product, then, you know, what's going to happen. Now, I'm trying to think when the last time I had Sprite was. Because actually I've been trying to have like Sierra Mist and stuff recently. I don't remember the last time I genuinely had Sprite. I can't remember. I wouldn't be shocked if they do change their ingredients from time to time, and if it does taste slightly different here and there. Like, that would not shock me at all if that were the case. So, I'm sorry to hear that, Golden Colts. I'm sorry to hear that you can no longer enjoy Sprite for what it used to be. I'm very sorry. The Creep did 100-bit cheers. Says, planning on playing any rap-based or focused games soon. Those are always my favorite. And shout out to Frogs playing golf and Hui 11. Hui 11. Excuse me. A rap-based game? I'm not sure. What would be some popular rap-based games? Like, we had A Plague Tale, and that game was really good. Like, ridiculously good compared to, you know, it was better than it should have been. It had no business being that good of a game. And it was a really unique, good game. Did they ever make a Ratatouille game? Ratatouille? I'm being told Bad Rats? There's a game called Bad Rats? What's that? What is that game Vermintide? Right? Does that have vermin in it? Does the game Vermintide have vermin in it? Because rats are considered vermin? Right? Anyway. Yeah, anyway. I'm not aware of any great rat games that I may have missed out on recently. If there are any great rat games that I missed out on, I wholeheartedly apologize to my viewing audience. I know you guys love the rats. Right? In fact, you know, rats off to you. Rats off to all of you. Alright? I wonder how many of you will get that reference. Now that is a dated reference. How many people would get that reference? Excuse me. Anyway. Epic Mickey, how dare... Silent Weapons 3, you have received, for saying Epic Mickey, in my stream chat, you have just received 7,000 demerits. Unacceptable that you would reference that game. We all got to pretend like that game doesn't exist. All right? You've hurt me very deeply by mentioning that game. There you go. Super Slade got it. Tom Goes to the Mayor. Yep. Wow. Now that's an old show I used to watch on Adult Swim like 15 years ago. Or even older than that. I'm trying to remember when it was actually airing on Adult Swim. All right, anyway, let's continue on. Lives vs. Soul Cheers says, golly, you're the best. I'm going to follow you and watch you and worship the ground you walk on. Let's go. You're a creeper. Real Spoony One has subscribed for a whopping 27 months. Thank you to the Real Spoony One for 27 months of support. That is greatly appreciated. Westside Phil is cheered and says, can you explain to No Crown get banned why Divinity 2 is not happening right now? I don't want to see him get banned. No, he's already been banned, so it's all good. He's already banned. Golden Colts cheers, and I think the complaining about lag issues is about the skill-based matchmaking, because when you win a game with a 4 kill death ratio, it fishes you into a different pool of stronger players when you start another game, but once you have a bad match, it'll put you back in the original pool. Wrong. 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 I understand how the skill-based matchmaking works. The problem is the hit detection has nothing to do with skill-based matchmaking. When I am shooting at someone, and obviously the bullet should be hitting, and they're not hit detecting, that's a problem. When I see someone, I draw my weapon, I fire. The game says I hit them 6 times. Then I instantly die. Then when it shows the kill cam on their side, it shows that they ran up, drew, and fired on me, and I never hit them with 1 bullet. That's a fucking problem. And that's my problem with servers for Call of Duty in the last several years. You'll get a match where everything's good and hit the text right away and is perfect. And then the next match, it runs like shit. And you know, that's not skill-based matchmaking. That's the server sucks shit. Alright? And it sucks because it's not consistent. There's been a few... If you watched last night, the whole first hour that I played, the servers were good. I was getting streak after streak after streak. Attack choppers were flying in. It was amazing. It was amazing fun. And then, all of a sudden, the servers started to crap out on me. And it didn't matter if I quit a game or not. Because you remember, I quit quite a few games where it was lagging bad. And it would still lag the next match anyway. So if your hypothesis is correct, okay, Phil won a bunch of matches and put him into tougher matches he lost. Yeah, but then I quit a bunch and it continued. It wasn't like, oh, he quit once and now I put him back with scrubs and he dominated again. No, I quit once and then it lagged. Like 5-6 matches in a row. Okay? So it's not correct. Lies of Our Soul, people need to stop justifying. All right, I'm just going to say this. Stop defending these fuckers, all right? Activision has been doing Call of Duty yearly every fucking year for the past, like, 12 years. They could very well make the server connections better. They don't care because they have a customer base that has just come to accept that the game will run that way. And because people don't demand better, the game does not improve. If this game had direct competition from other first-person shooters who are doing better than Call of Duty, this game would have incentive to actually improve itself. It doesn't have that incentive. Battlefield is all but dead. Halo got delayed. There's nothing else to play right now. Why would they improve? Right? Why? All right. Anyway, let's continue. Stop defending them. Lies of Our Soul cheered 245 bits and says, for DSP tries it, can you do a gamer smoothie extreme? It's a bag of Doritos blended inside a blender with ice and 1 liter of Mountain Dew soda. You're a disgusting person, Lies of Our Soul, but thank you for the cheer. Westside Phil cheer, he says, I want to say shout out to you and Derek. Hope you have a good day and thanks for sticking up for Derek. Hate Army General resubscribed for 2 months and said salute comrade. Snowcrawl cheers said hello Phil, I have missed you. Jethro's main cheers says the kids use 2 phrases like smash the like button and super in front of anything. Adults say that too to try very hard to pretend to be young. That's right. Hello, hip youths. Remember, you ever see the Steve Buscemi ad where he's dressed up like a skateboarding teenager and he walks into a high school with a bunch of teens? He's like, hello, youths, or something like that. It's fucking funny. That's the meme that definitely seems to be pertinent here, right? It's not an ad? I thought it was. I thought it was an ad. What's that from then? I swear I thought it was a commercial. I guess I'm wrong. Oh, it's from a TV show? What TV show was it from? Does anyone know? Daved by the Bell? What the fuck is that? What is that? Are you serious? What the fuck's Daved by the Bell? Oh, it was from SNL, was it? Was it Saturday Night Live? Oh, I didn't know that. It's from 30 Rock? No, it's from Mad TV. No one... Oh, dude, what the fuck? What are you guys talking about? It was 30 Rock. That was the show it was from, 30 Rock. Oh, okay. I never watched a single episode of 30 Rock. So. Okay. Anyway, let's continue. Local Nomad cheated said, what's up? We'll be returning to the Asgard Jotunheim side quest this stream. No, not this stream. It said it was a challenge level of like 190, and my character is currently around 160, so I should probably do more story content to level myself up more before I try to take on the Jotunheim stuff. So I'm going to continue on with this major story today, and then maybe in 1 or 2 sessions, then maybe we'll check it out. Okay? Westside Phil cheers. I know you didn't care for waifus. I want you to know my waifu is a grown-ass man, is Poison Ivy. Good for you. Benzuko Lives has subscribed to the channel for 2 months. Thank you, Benzuko Lives, for a 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today is Monday. And if you're not aware, per Twitch's streaming criteria, Monday is considered the first streaming day of the week. And what that means in particular, it means that all of our streaming leaderboards have reset today. That includes the top cheerers of the week, as well as the top subscription gifters of the week. So, normally what I would do at this point is I would give a large amount of shout-outs to people who were very generous this week and who contributed. However, we don't have such big lists anymore today because it just started. Like, literally, the streaming week just started. But I will still shout out because I do appreciate all of your contributions. That's why I always go the extra mile to try to give a shout-out to every person who contributes here on the streams. So, thank you to the following people who have cheered so far. We've got Jethro's Main, Snowcrawl, and Phantasy Star PG. They're tied for 6th place. We've got Local Nomad, Zuck Creep, and Golden Colt. Oh, excuse me. Local Nomad and Zuck Creep are tied for 4th. Golden Colt is in 3rd. Westside Phil is in 2nd. Lucifer Soul Currently in first place with many cheers this morning. Thank you, Liza Versal. I appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, nobody has gifted a subscription to the channel yet this week. No. It's okay. It's very early in the week. It's not a big deal. It's all right. So thank you to anyone who will consider contributing today. All right, so guys, that's pretty much all I've got. If you guys got anything else to talk about or any other final questions before we go on a brief break for me to use the restroom. Oh, Westside Phil has gifted 2 subscriptions. One to Not Again 843 and one to Earth to Bound. Congratulations to the 2 of you and thank you. Westside Phil is now the only person to gift a sub to the channel this week. And he gifted 2 subscriptions. So he is sitting pretty in first place there on the leaderboard. Right? Very nice. Thank you very much, Westside Phil. Also, Lord Lamb Dingo has subscribed for 19 months. Thank you, Lord Lamb Dingo, for a 19-month resub. That is appreciated. Angelo Bestia did a 95-bit cheer and says, shout out to my main man, Jonah Hill. I did not know that Angelo Bestia was actually a friend of Jonah Hill in real life. That is very, very interesting trivia. Thank you for that information, Angelo Bestia. We're going to be asking you about Jonah Hill very frequently now during the streams. All right, that's really it, guys. So I'll just say, reminder, the best way to support me is by tipping me. Please consider tipping today. Oh, by the way, the tips goals have been reset, meaning today... Wait a minute. Westside Phil just gifted a bunch of subs. One to Corey M, one to X Cypherus, one to Gracie Thunders, one to Darkwing, and one to Pull Me Finger. Pull Me Finger. Oi! You pulled it. It hurts. So we're up to 836 subscribers now. Let's update the leaderboard. Thank you very much to Westside Phil for the support this morning. We've gone up by 10 subs so far already. That's really awesome. We're getting closer, 40 subs roughly away from hitting the sub goal for the month now. We can maybe do it in the next week. We'll see. Okay? Now, what was I about to say? Wait a minute! Angelo Besha just gifted a subscription to Lester Is This What You Want? Congrats to Lester Is This What You Want? And thank you, Angelo Besha, for the gifted sub. That is appreciated. Wait a minute! That Anonymous just gifted a sub to Boogie, and this has started a hype train. Ladies and gentlemen, if you sub to the channel, if you gift a subscription to the channel, or if you cheer, I think it's like 100 bits or more, I'm not 100% sure, you will get on the hype train, and if we hit the hype train goal, you will unlock an emote that you can use exclusively in the chat. We're at 65% of the hype train right now, so now's your opportunity. If you want to sub, gift a sub, or cheer to make the hype train happen, by all means, please do. I can't even tell you the last time we had a hype train on this channel. Golden Nobles has gifted a subscription to Mr. Scream. Westside Phil just gifted 2 more subs, one to Rampant Mayhem and one to Inspectora. We've done it. We have hit the tier 1 hype train. Hype, hype. Look at that confetti. Look at that beautiful confetti. Very nice. So, that means all of you who have subbed or gifted a sub in the last few minutes here are going to unlock a Hype Train emote. Now, we are at 4 minutes and 30 seconds to hit Hype Train level 2. All right? We're only at 2%. That means we need more people to either sub, gift subs, or cheer right now to power that Hype Train if you guys would like to. Oh, wait a minute! An anonymous gifter just gifted a sub to Night Kid and another one to Conversalist. Wait a minute! Mr. Blue Sky just resubscribed for 2 months, and now we're at 30% of the hype train. Wait a minute! Westside Phil just did 100-bit cheers. I'm here to bless the chat and be a positive contributor to the stream. Thank you very much, Westside Phil. I appreciate it. All these contributions this morning. Very helpful. Thank you. But by the way, as I was saying, tips, the tips goals for today. At $50, we raise $50 of tips today. I'll put on the Gunner glasses. We raise $100 of tips today. All right? I'll put on a vest. And the vests have reset. Okay? Now, the last vest that I wore was the red. So that means today, the beige, the blue, the platinum, the camo, and the gray vest will all be eligible to be worn. And I have washed the vests. They smell good. So I'd be happy to wear a vest for you guys today because they're going to be clean and well smelling. They don't smell stinky anymore. They were disgusting. They were I hadn't washed them in like a million years. They were disgusting, caked in sweat, absolutely gross and revolting. But now they're clean, so I'm very happy. All right. So we'll see what happens today. Now, I hope you guys will consider tipping. I appreciate all these contributions right now with the subs and everything, but I really need help with tips for tomorrow. I hope you guys will tip today if you can. All right, more shout-outs. Conversalist Cheers said, shout out to the Gibbs sub orgy. It's glorious, I tell you. It's absolutely disgusting terminology, but thank you, Conversalist. Wait a minute. An anonymous gifter gifted 2 subs, one to Robert ABC and one to Jim Jaspers. Thank you very much for that, anonymous sub gifter. High Testosterone Jasper did 100-bit cheers. I can't wait to roll in some fresh vests that smell of lemons and lavender. Wait a minute. Westside Phil just gifted 5 more subscriptions to the channel. We've hit the tier 2 hype train, and we're taking off. Here goes the confetti. Oh my God, we're so excited here with the hype train. So excited this morning with the hype train. That means a new level of emo has been unlocked. Very exciting. So, now we got another 4 minutes, 30 seconds to try to hit the next level of hype train. We're currently only at 1%. Westside Phil has now... Wait a minute! Westside Phil's going crazy. He gifted 5 subs and he gifted 5 more. So congratulations to N Factor, Nexus, Meme Too Hard, Lord Blanca, Jolly Roger Wilco, Soupy Spirit, Darkman Lord, Proto Man, Lovely Dingus 12, and the Internet Explorer 11. Who has subscribed? They all got gifted subscriptions. I would say use the PogChamp emote, but they've already ruined it. It looks absolutely terrible. And I don't think anyone's ever going to use it ever again. But anyway, thank you for that. Wait a minute. Westside Phil now cheered against it. All right, chat, I'm out of funds. Enjoy your subs. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Thank you, Westside Phil, for the support this morning. Then an anonymous gifter gifted 5 subscriptions. One to Maverick Rob 91, one to Old Man Skills, one to King Bagwell, one to the Magma Diver, one to Zombie Circus 92. Then Golden Nobles gifted a subscription to Swag Donald. And the Conversalist cheered and said, shout out to the person gifting me a sub, VIP IMO. Thank you, guys. We are at 84% of this hype train level with 3 minutes left to go. 84%. We're very close to hitting another hype train level, and that would take us off of the station. By the way, in the meantime, we are now at 862 subscriptions. 862. Wow. That's a huge jump today. Thank you guys for this support. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. Very nice. Okay. So thank you guys for the support. Appreciate that very much. 2 minutes 43 seconds left to see if we can make this hype train happen. All right, and hit the next level. We're at 84%. We're very close to hitting the next level of hype train here on the... Oh, shit. I just punched my microphone by accident. Sonogi just resubscribed for 2 months and says, hey, Phil, what's going on, Sonogi? Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Thank you for the resub. And by the way, that just pushed us to 90. Wait a minute! An anonymous person just gifted 5 more subs. Oh my God, I just burped in excitement. That was absolutely gross. So, thank you to the anonymous sub gifter who gifted us up to Moonlight Greatsword, Coos666, Ricky Spanish, 1970, JB Hood 10, and Vazneer. Oh my God. Ninstar Rune just cheers, and for the record, I don't really hear people call me 50-bit bitch. People should have thick skin, although I understand some people are more sensitive than others. I don't think no one's saying 50-bit bitch anymore. That's like such an outdated thing. I don't even know why you're bringing it up. Nobody remembers that shit. So we're now at 20% of hype trains where we're trying to basically hit level 5 now, all right? We've already hit like levels 1 through 4. We're trying to hit hype train level 5 to unlock the highest tier of emote. All right? This is the highest tier of emote as a reward that would be applied. Now, if you want to get on the hype train, you either have to subscribe to the channel, you have to gift a subscription to the channel, or you have to cheer, I believe it's 100 bits or more, and then you're going to get guaranteed at this point to get a new emote unlocked in the chat. Okay? We hit tier 5, that's the highest level, the ultimate level. Supposedly you get a better emote, but I've seen a hype train emote in a long time, so I don't even know what they look like anymore. All right, there's 3 minutes left to make this hype train happen, by the way. Sir Spartan King just did 100-bit cheers. A hype train, baby. That pushed us to 21%. Thank you, Sir Spartan King, for the cheer. I appreciate that. Very nice. All right. Well, we got 3 minutes to kill. Anyone else have stuff to talk about? I have to wait 3 minutes before I can even take my break because we have to see what happens with this hype train. Angelo Best just says, I missed the pre-stream. What topics did I address? Not much. I just talked about the schedule, really. No news. There was no real news to address today. So, really, it wasn't a very eventful pre-stream. Talk about the game or else? What would you like me to talk about? Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Then Anonymous says, what was for breakfast? I actually did have a cup of coffee today. I haven't had one in a long time, and I was feeling very sluggish this morning, and I said, I'm just going to have a cup of coffee. So it was a toffee nut flavored coffee. I didn't have any creamer in it because the toffee nut coffee is already kind of sweet. Excuse me. But I didn't have any food at all because I was so sluggish. I basically was moving very late. I didn't really have time to do much. Like, I would have liked to have something, but I didn't have time. I was like trying to make coffee, chugging it, rushing. Yeah. Battleduck 9000 says, what? No government buildings have been stormed today? No, they arrested all those idiots. It's funny because all the people who did that moronically posed for pictures and did stupid shit. Well, guess what? They all got arrested because you can't break into the Capitol and expect that it's not a crime. It is, and they're going to jail. They're getting pulled off planes. They're getting put on the no-fly list. You know, they're getting fucked up. So, that's what happens when you're an idiot and you do a criminal act. You go to jail. Snowcurl Cheer, he says, hey, Phil, how's the health nowadays? I haven't kept up on the ear situation. Have not had, thank God, any ear issues recently. And my doctor appointment is getting closer. Still hasn't happened. It still has not happened. But it hopefully will happen at some point. No Couture just gifted 5 subscriptions to the channel. 1 to Ski, 3 SOF, 1 to Nin Chuka, 1 to Tom Willis Show, 1 to Jive Knight, and 1 to Pirate Man King. That just jumped us up to 47% of the hype train, ladies and gentlemen. 47% with 40 seconds to go. Can we hit the final level of hype train today? I don't know. Because, quite frankly, we are very close. We're very close. Oh, what's this? High Testosterone Jasper did 100-bit cheers. I don't know if you follow the news. Those protesters were let into the building by an understaffed police force, which for some reason reduced security. I'm not big on conspiracy theories. This one has my tinfoil hat tingling. They were let into the building. You mean when they were smashing the glass out of the doors, which we've seen video footage of. Okay, whatever you say, bro. Jad F. cheered and says, train goes puff, puff, paff, puff, paff, puff. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the hype train has completed. Level 4 was achieved, and I received an emo. What is that? Hype rock? It's like a weird guitar. That's the emote I got. Wow. That is quite bad. That is a terrible emote. That is what is up with these emotes these days? That is bad. I don't want that. Take that guitar and smash it, like in the movie Animal House, where Mr. Belushi goes up to the hippie asshole sitting on the stairwell playing garbage music. He grabs his guitar, smashes it into a million pieces, and hands it back to him. That's what I say. That's terrible. John F. cheered. I said, I already read that. Knows Nobody cheers. I'm currently playing Greedfall. I'm really enjoying it. Very similar to The Witcher with quests. Any chance you'll play it? No, I have no interest in playing Greedfall. Sorry. Noonstar Rune cheers says, isn't the capital the workplace of public servants? It's funded by our tax dollars, so it should be public property. But it's not. It's not public property. It's a place where they're supposed to be doing serious work, and the public are not allowed into the capital without clearance and permission. You can't just fucking storm the capital and disrupt the government. It's not how it works. Sir Spartan King cheers at all those contributions, and Twitch slaps us in the face with a banjo emo. I know, I agree. That emo stinks. That emo stinks. I don't like it. No, sir, I don't like it. I'm disappointed in that emote. Okay. Anyway, final update on everything, and then we'll go on break. Whoa. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at 873 subscriptions. Holy Testicle Tuesday. That is a jump. We went from 820 to 872. Thank you for the support on this pre-stream. Now, we have received 0 tips, but that's okay. People were excited to try to get the hype train going, so I understand why. And I appreciate that very much. Thank you for that. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go on a break. All right. Excuse me. Let's go on a break. When I come back, we'll start up with Assassin's Creed Valhalla. All right, guys? All right, thank you very much. I'll be back shortly. See you in a few minutes. Here's some music.